Welcome back to my channel. I am here at Woo Fitness. Today we are going to take you through a wellness quad workout. Wellness is all about the legs. Quads are my favorite to train, so I'm super excited to bring you guys along with me. I have been training at this gym a little bit throughout this prep, and even though I showed you guys my awesome home gym in the last video, sometimes in prep, it's nice to just get out, be around like-minded people. So today is my peak week, start of my peak week. It is Friday, sometime in November, and I am flying out on Tuesday. So that's in like 3 days. So I'm starting to get to the point where you're like, I'm so ready. I want to step on stage, but I'm also like, oh my God, am I actually stepping on stage? I need to pack. I have all these things to do. So I'm kind of all over the place this morning. This outfit, so this is my daughter's. I stole it from her. It's actually a pretty high-end sweatshirt. Doesn't look like it. Looks like it was homemade, but I got it at Urban Outfitters. And then these are 10-year-old Gymshark tights. I always have flyaways, and I just picked this up at Sephora. I want to show you guys. I just threw it in my bag. It's the Day styling cream, but it comes with the wand. So let's see if this kind of tames. Oh yes. Look how organized I am now. Hi Maggie. Guys, this is Maggie. She's my, you probably know her as Figure Pro, Figure Olympian. It's not a gel, it's like a styling cream. It's supposed to tame these. Okay. Honestly, you could probably get a clear mascara from Shoppers for $3. But it's Sephora Days or whatever. If you get the, if you're Rouge, whatever.
You're gorgeous. I love you.
I love you. I was thinking, oh, I'll start with extensions, see how I feel, and just get a little pump going. But for whatever reason, I don't know, the angle on this machine feels really good. It's just contracting really well. My quads feel super fresh. Food's been going up in prep, which is great. So my recovery's been a lot better. Little tip I'll give for leg extension. I used to do this. When I got tired, I would come forward like this and try to whip the weight up. The problem with that is when you come forward like this, your hamstrings actually probably will not allow you to straighten your legs fully and fully extend your knee. And the goal with leg extension is to get the quad in the shortened position. So when you're doing leg extension, always lean back. And I see some people leaning really far back like this, and that's great. If that's what works for you to get your knee straight, it all comes down to what your mobility is, how tight your hamstrings are, because the goal of this exercise is to get your knees completely locked really at the top and, get this nice big contraction there. So don't come forward in your leg extensions. On the topic of food going up in prep and all of a sudden you feel good at a week out, the other day I was thinking prep is kind of like childbirth. You won't understand this, but moms will. When you're pregnant with a baby, you just you can't wait for it to be over. You're just I want to have this baby, and then you go into labor and delivery, and you're having contractions and stuff, and it's the worst pain of life. And while you're going through it, you're I'm never doing this again. I'm never getting pregnant again. I'm never having another baby. This is crazy. Why did I do this? And then you have the baby, and you're it's insane euphoria, and you're I have to do it again. When am I gonna do this again? I need that feeling again. And this is competing, okay? In a nutshell, you literally get to a point, when you're 2 weeks out, you're depleting so hard, cardio's high, carbs are super low, your body's like, I'm not gonna survive this. You know, your body goes into survival mode, literally, like it does not wanna get rid of that last bit of fat. That's why competing is extreme, you know, and it's not the healthiest thing you can do, but like, whatever, there's other things that are way less healthy. But anyways, yeah, that's what it feels like. But then you like go on stage, you get to like a week out and you're like shredded and you look amazing and just everything comes together, and all of a sudden your energy is super high again and your carbs go up and you're like, oh my God, I can eat this much and be this shredded. And then yeah, you have show day, which is like so much fun, and you're under the stage lights with such adrenaline, and it's like having a baby, and then you like deliver the baby, and then you're like, I need to do this again, and you forget the time that you were nauseous and vomiting, or like in pain and labor and delivery, or like dieting and you were on the stairs for an hour. Like, it's gone. It didn't happen. So next exercise we are going to do is hack squat. This is my favorite. This and like a pendulum squat, my two favorite types of squats for quads. So with this one, the big cue is we are trying to get our quad in the lengthened position. So you really want to get your hamstring as close to your calf as you possibly can. I really like to slow down the descent, like don't drop down, hold it in that like peak stretch position, and then really think of contracting your quad to come up. Another cue that I really like with this one is instead of thinking up and down, think of your knee tracking forward as you're going down, and then think of your knee coming back as you're going up. So you're not just thinking up and down. Also, short people bring their own yoga blocks to the gym, because if I don't have these, the machine will run out of range before I do. So it's gonna be just a warm-up set here. On these warm-up sets, I don't like max out. So I want to save it. So I'm just going to increase it a little bit. I'm going to take my socks off. People know I like to train barefoot, and it's just because like stability is so important, and I find sometimes my feet slip a little bit. I really want to have like a solid anchor to the floor or this. My God, those are so good. You know, you've like kind of like fallen in love with bodybuilding when you just like look for the hard, like you want it to be hard. Okay, so next exercise is Bulgarian split squats. And guys, I have been programming my own workouts for a little while now. So my coach always used to give me a program. Now he basically tells me like what we need to focus on, and I program the exercises. I have never taken split squats out of my leg day as much as I feel like people, and I guess this is why he trusts me now to choose my exercises, because he knows I'm going to go for the exercise that is going to be the most challenging, the most strain on the muscle. A lot of people will like be like, oh my God, you get to choose your exercise. Why are you doing split squats? They're so horrible. Yes, they're horrible, and that's why they're great, and that's why they're always in my leg days. I don't feel like it's a complete leg day unless I do split squats. I'm like on the low end of reps. And you want like at least 5, they say, I don't know who says, but I feel like I generally like want to get at least 8, so I'm gonna drop this. Not by that much. I'll drop it by 5 total. But these are kg plates, which is always good to remember when you go to different gyms. And then you think you're gonna like squat 3 plates and they're kg plates. Exercise we're gonna do, this is the Panada, I don't even know what it's called, horizontal adjustable leg press. So this is basically a very similar movement as a hack squat. Obviously this is plate loaded, so it's gonna feel a little bit different than doing something plate loaded, which is why I like to also add it in. For this one, I'm gonna aim for maybe like a little bit higher rep, shorter rest, just to get like a really good pump. And I'm gonna use these blocks again, because again, this just does not have enough range for me and where I am. And sometimes with this one, I will actually bring my feet like way down on the platform. I don't know if Steph wants to film my ugly feet. My weird toes. My office gave me a complex about my toes a few years ago. What is happening? Why? Oh, okay guys, now we're in business. Drop it like that. So again, we're a week out. So like my goal is to like get those last few reps like squeezed in. stretch position if I think of like driving my knee down rather than just a push. Okay, this is gonna be the last exercise. We are going back to leg extension. This is the single leg one. I really like this one, and I'll tell you why in a second. I'm putting my socks back on so that you guys don't have to look at the bottom of my feet. This weekend is pedicure weekend for the show, and I'm like really bad at nail salons, so I have no patience for that. So the things that some girls look forward to, I actually dread, and I've been putting it off, but I need to go get nails done. So the reason I like this before I start is just that when you start to like fail in this exercise, I actually will use this handle to like help me come up, like offload it right at the top, just like a trainer would, to get to that last like bit of shortening position. So again here, I might not go like fully to the bottom because like we already really like worked the lengthened range in those other exercises. So I'm just gonna like keep it up here. Let's see how many I can get. I love feeling my quads pumped. Best thing in prep is like, I never wear shorts to the gym. I don't know if people notice. I always like say, oh, I'm filming, like I should really like booty shorts and do RDLs and like get the like glute cam tie-in shown because like that's what sells these days. But I don't like my skin touching the machines, and it's just like, it's not like a germ thing. I just like, I feel like I'm like sweaty and then I get like sticky and like I feel the leather. I don't know, maybe I need therapy. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was my full quad workout. Basically the same exercises that I do all the time. The only thing that, you know, I might switch up is what machines I'm doing them on, but the movement patterns are all the same. And, you know, you can do those with so many different types of machines. Like the leg press that I was doing at the end can be done on just like a regular leg press. So you can always just substitute. And one thing that I wanted to share with you guys is, so we are a week out from show, and I'm finally feeling like the cravings and kind of like that, like really, you know, big hunger. Like you're just, you know, you get to the point where you're so hungry, but at the same time, like you're like, I don't need that meal. Like I don't need the meal. I'll do another set. I'll do more cardio. Like you're just like so focused on the show. That part is like kind of now becoming more just like, I'm just focused on the show now, but I'm like really enjoying the extra food and I'm not having like crazy cravings. But last week I was having crazy cravings and I made a list of things that I want to eat. And I've never done this before in prep, but I actually did it because, okay, you're gonna think that pros are perfect and like we like come off a show and we're like, oh, like we're just gonna go back to our meal plan and have like a perfect reverse. Like, no guys, we're the same as you, same hormones, same, like it does get better with every show. When you have like that first taste of just like a regular meal at a restaurant, it is like, it sets you off a bit. And I've had like post-show struggles that Amber has had to like really help me come out of. And I even messaged him the other day and I said, you know what, we dieted really hard this show and like, I need you to be on top of me. And he's like, don't worry, I got you. And what that means is like, I'm gonna be checking in probably like a few days after the show. And that's just for my own accountability. And I'll check in with him and I'll check in with you guys because I want to know that I'm doing everything I can to reverse out of this properly. Also know that like there are a lot of foods that I haven't had in a while that I'm craving. So I made a list because I want to keep myself focused after the show on things that I like actually really enjoy and not just be like, oh, like show's over, I'm gonna like order a pizza for myself and like it's not even the kind of pizza that I want, you know, just like to eat. So avocado toast, that's my first thing. I haven't had avocado in so long and avocado toast is like my favorite thing. I want fruit, which I said in my last video, but specifically pomegranate, lots of eggs. Even though eggs are back in my diet now, I just love eggs and I wanna like substitute more of my protein for eggs. I put salad because that's something I forget post-show. It's just like big, delicious salads and salmon. I haven't had salmon in a long time. Oatmeal, which is back now. Okay, mush, which is from the States. I don't know if anybody's had mush. Have you had mush, Steph? Okay, so mush is like an overnight oats. They sell it in grocery stores in the US. It's so good. It comes in like single serve packs. It's like sweetened with dates. The macros on it are like decent. They're not great, but again, it's like better than just like sugary snacks. So this is just like something to like be like, hey Dove, remember there's like good healthy food that you can eat and fit into your macros and not like have a whole bunch of sugar after the show or like, you know, have like big pasta meals, just stuff like that, just because like you can for a couple of days, you know, eating off plan. And then I put my Ninja Creamy. I haven't had Ninja Creamy in a really long time. So again, protein pancakes. I said hot chocolate, so I make hot chocolate with protein powder, which I love. And then I said tiramisu with my daughter because that's like our special thing. So that'll be like my one kind of like indulgent dessert if, you know, I'll have maybe a couple, but I definitely want that to be one of them. And then I put like yogurt, Greek yogurt and protein powder, ground beef, which I haven't had in a long time. And I also put citrus fruit this morning because one of my friends sent me like a bunny eating like a whole grapefruit. And all I could think of is like, I really want to eat a grapefruit and I'm going to put that on my list. So again, just like, I think that's a good idea. And I'll let you know how that goes after the show because yeah, before I would just kind of go out and just like order whatever and then I'd be like back on plan and I'm like, wait a minute, like there were all these foods that I like missed in prep that I didn't even kind of eat when I was like trying to be intuitive for a little while. You struggle a bit after because you're like, oh my God, like I just want to eat everything, right? So again, being a pro doesn't make that any easier. It just, with experience, you kind of learn how to manage these things. This is kind of what I'm trying to do this year to manage that, is just to like refer to this list and be like, oh yeah, like you're craving something sweet, like don't like sit on the couch and eat Oreos right now. Like remember grapefruit? Like do you remember grapefruit? Grapefruit's amazing. Go have a grapefruit. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and I'm going to try to shoot one more episode before I leave next week. Then I will put as much as I can from the show on my Instagram. So please go follow me there at drdov_IFBB Pro. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like and comment. That really helps me know that you guys are enjoying this from me and want to see more. And I can keep creating it and bringing you in on my competitive journey, my mom journey, and all sorts of other things after the show reverse. More shows hopefully coming up in the spring. So thank you again. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a good week. And I will see you soon.